Hello everyone and welcome to another week of distance learning with PE. In honor of baseball finally being back on TV a little bit, we wanted to go over some of our baseball and throwing and catching skills. Now hopefully Major League Baseball will be back soon so we can watch our defending champion Washington Nationals play, but until then we just got to practice our throwing and catching skills at home. Now, we are going to be practicing throwing and catching. Now I'm going to be using the sock ball that we have used before. Remember, you can use the sock ball by folding it in over a couple pairs of socks so you have a nice round ball so we can practice throwing and catching safely in our house. Now if you have another ball that we can use going outside, that's totally fine. But if we're inside, we want to be careful using our sock ball. Now if we are throwing, we're going to be thinking of 3 letters in our throwing position. All right, first there's going to be an I, there's going to be a T, there's going to be an L, and then we'll start our throwing motion. Now, the I is standing still. Now, when you are throwing overhand, which we do in baseball, you're going to be having your opposite shoulder face your target. Now, I'm right-handed, so it's up to you if you're right-handed or left-handed, but since I'm right-handed, my left shoulder is going to be facing my target, and my right shoulder is going to be pointed away from my target. So that's when we're in the I position. My left shoulder is facing my target. My throwing shoulder is pointed away from my target. Now, when we get ready to throw, our feet are nice and shoulder width apart, so we have good balance. Then when we're getting ready to start our motion, from our I, we go to our T, where my left hand is pointed towards my target, and my right hand with my ball is facing away from my target. And continuing our motion, we go into our L. And our L shape is our throwing arm, where we want the ball by our ear, up high, and above our shoulder. So we have an L shape. And then from the L shape, that's when we're going to take our step and throw and twist our bodies. Now when we finish, our chest should be facing our target at the end of our throwing motion. All right, so again, we're in an I, T, make an L with your throwing arm, and you take a step, turn, and throw. All right, now if you want to pause the video, you can go practice, or you can practice throwing in the room you're in now, forward, shoulder width apart, and you want to make it, when you're actually throwing, you want to be more fluid. So, but if you want to practice first, it's I, T, L, step, and throw. But hopefully when you get good at it, it can just look like this. We're up, all of our shapes, and we're stepping and throwing. All right, so that is our throwing. Now, if we are catching, then we want to make sure our hands are together. Now it depends on where the ball is coming if your hands are going to be up or down. Now when we are catching, if the ball is coming at us above our waist, we are going to have our thumbs together. And if the ball is coming at us below our waist, we flip our hands over and our pinkies are together like this, so we can bend and catch the ball with our hands. We don't want to try to catch the ball with our bodies, as it can either bounce off, or we are playing with a hard ball, it hurts if it hits our body. So we want to catch the ball with our hands, nice and soft, and then bring it into our bodies. So again, if the ball is coming at us, when we are practicing throwing with a partner, and the ball is above our waist, then you want to have our thumbs together and catch the ball with our hands and bring it into our body. And if they throw the ball at us and it's low, we want to be in our ready position. And if it's low, then we just flip our hands over and catch it with our pinkies together, just like this. All right, so while you're practicing throwing, you also want to be working on our catching skills and catching the ball with our hands. All right, the last skill we're going to go over is just how to hold a bat. Now, we're not going to be using a bat while we are inside. unless you're maybe using the softball and you have some place where there's plenty of space. Now, we have for you a paper towel roll, or a long roll. This is actually for wrapping paper to use. So if you have this inside, you can probably take some practice swings, or if you want to go outside, even with our rolls, so we're nice and safe, or we're not doing anything in our homes we shouldn't be doing. All right, so when you hold a bat, I'm gonna get a little closer. When you hold a bat, you want your knuckles to be all lined up. And again, if I'm right-handed and I'm swinging right-handed, I want my right hand to be on top and my left hand to be on the bottom. So if I was left-handed and swinging this way, then my left hand would be on top and right hand on the bottom. But we want our pinkies to be all the way down at the bottom, and our knuckles are going to be all lined up in a perfect line. All right, now when we stand, just like with throwing, you want to be about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. And again, we want our hands up by our ear. All right, looking at the ball with our head, hopefully looking at the pitcher. And then when they toss the ball, again, you want to take a small little step and you swing, and you want to go from ear to ear. And then just like with throwing, we want our chest to be facing our target where the ball came from. All right, so you want to, again, have our hands up by our ear. You take a step, you swing, and you want to go from ear to ear, and you want your chest to be facing where the ball came from. So you want to take a nice big swing. All right, so again, if you're outside, if you're lucky to be outside and have a partner, once you practice throwing and catching with your softball, maybe you can do some underhand tosses and practice swinging and hitting. All right, that is all of our baseball skills for this week. Again, if you have any questions, make sure to email any of your teachers, and we would love to talk with you and get back with you for any questions. All right, have fun practicing your baseball skills. See you next week.